Blessings YouTube. In this video, I want us to consider the Psalm 8 nugget surrounding the word Gittith.
God of peace, Lord of all, great I am, thy spotless Lamb.
Welcome to A King Serving the King. My name is John King, and I serve the King of Kings. Today, I'm going to discuss the word Gittith, which is found in the titles of Psalm 8, 81, and 84. Title for Psalm 8 reads, "To the choir master, according to the Gittith, a psalm of David." So the question is, what does the word Gittith mean? And the answer is the same as when we looked at the word Selah, which was found in Psalm 3, Shiggaion, which was found in Psalm 7, and that answer is that no one really knows for sure. However, there are some possibilities that we could consider. The three possibilities that we'll consider in this video are that it was a musical instrument, maybe it was a tune to which a song is set, or perhaps it was a harvest song which was later adapted for worship. So let's look at the first one of these possibilities, which is that it was a musical instrument. So the Hebrew word Gittith is often translated to mean an instrument of Gath. So most people who say that a Gittith was an instrument believe it was an instrument specifically from the Philistine city of Gath. So let's look at the city of Gath. Gath was one of the cities where the Ark of the Covenant was taken after it was captured. And we can see that in 1 Samuel 5, 8 through 9. So 1 Samuel 5, 8 through 9 says, "So they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines and said, 'What shall we do with the ark of the God of Israel?' They answered, 'Let the ark of the God of Israel be brought around to Gath.' So they brought the ark of the God of Israel there." So we can see that the Philistine city of Gath was one of the places where the Ark of the Covenant was brought after it was captured. Okay. Another interesting thing about the Philistine city of Gath is that it was the hometown of Goliath. So we can see that in 1 Samuel 17:4. It says, "And there came out from the camp of the Philistines a champion named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span." All right, so if Gittith means an instrument of Gath, that instrument would have came from the city of Gath, the Philistine city of Gath, which was, of course, where the Ark of the Covenant was taken, and it was also the hometown of Goliath. Another interesting thing about the city of Gath, the Philistine city of Gath, is that David took refuge there when he was pursued by Saul. We can see that in 1 Samuel 27, 1 and 2. Which says, "Then David said in his heart, 'Now I shall perish one day by the hand of Saul. There is nothing better for me than that I should escape to the land of the Philistines. Then Saul will despair of seeking me any longer within the borders of Israel, and I shall escape out of his hand.' So David arose and went over, he and the 600 men who were with him, to Achish the son of Moach, king of Gath." All right, so if Gittith means an instrument of Gath, then it would have been an instrument from Philistine city of Gath. Another thing that some people think the word Gittith would refer to an instrument specifically from the Philistine city of Gath is that people who were from the city of Gath were referred to as a Gittite, which is similar to the word Gittith. So if we see 2 Samuel 6:10, "So David was not willing to take the ark of the Lord into the city of David, but David took it aside to the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite." All right, so those are all the reasons why possibly the word Gittith could mean an instrument of Gath. Well, it often is translated to mean an instrument of Gath, and so it's interesting to think that this instrument may have come from the Philistine city of Gath. And so Some think that this instrument was a type of like a stringed instrument, like a harp or a lyre, and some even think that possibly David brought this instrument back after his time among the Philistines. And so I don't know. It is interesting to think that maybe this Gittith was an instrument in the Philistine city of Gath. All right. The next possibility that we want to look at concerning what does the word Gittith mean? It could mean a tune to which a song is set. So it would basically be like saying, "Hey, sing this to the tune of Gittith." And so that's a possibility here. And so the Hebrew word Gittith is often translated to mean according to the Gittith. So it may be like a musical style. And this also may have been associated with the Philistine city of Gath. All right. The other possibility we mentioned was that it was a harvest song, which was adapted for worship. And this is because, again, because of how the Hebrew wording is, but the Hebrew root "gat" means wine press, and so this can be associated with a time of harvest. So some people think that Gittith it is a worship song, but originally it may have been a harvest song associated with the wine press, and that it was, and then later that harvest song was later adapted for worship. So those are our possibilities that we looked at for what does the word Gittith mean, or what was a Gittith. So in conclusion, the word Gittith is found in the titles of Psalm 8, 81, and 84. No one knows for sure what it truly means. Some believe it was a musical instrument, specifically from the Philistine city of Gath. Some believe it was a tune to which a song is set. So it'd be like, "Hey, sing this to the tune of." And some believe it was originally a harvest song, which was later adapted for worship. All right. What do y'all think it means? Anybody else have any possibilities that they want to say? You can go ahead and post those in the comments below. Thanks. God bless. Have a great day.